Imagine being cramped in a small cage, being dragged out just to have harmful chemicals dripped into your eyes or injected into you to see how it reacts to your body. You're tied down. Not a single part of your body can move, nor can you rub your eyes from the harsh chemicals. The only thing you can really feel is how terrified and helpless you feel. This is the everyday life of a laboratory animal. Today, I want to talk about the harmful tests animals have to endure, particularly rabbits, why it isn't always successful, and what scientists can do instead. Although there are many experiment methods scientists use, I decided to focus on one. In 1944, John Draes, a scientist at the United States Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, developed the Draes eye test to measure irritation caused to the eyes and skin. This test is usually conducted on rabbits who are put in full body restraints while substance is dripped into their eyes or rubbed onto their skin. The restraint stops the animals from rubbing their eyes or their backs to relieve the pain, and their eyes are examined for up till 14 days. During that time, the rabbits suffer from swelling, ulceration, redness, and even blindness. What's even worse is that the rabbit will most likely be killed after the experimentation is done and the scientist rewards all its injuries. This is what an animal has to endure just for the scientists to get the results they want. Why rabbits? They're small, gentle, and easy to handle. They're cheap to maintain, and they breed fast, which helps create new test subjects very quickly. Rabbits also have no tear ducts, so unlike humans, they can't cry out the harmful chemicals from their eyes. This means the rabbit's eyes are exposed to the test chemical for longer periods of time, which also makes the test unreliable because it causes more irritation. Just because a drug is safe for an animal does not mean it is safe for a human being. The FDA reports that 92% of all drugs that are shown to be safe and effective in animal tests fail in human trials. More than half of the drugs approved are later withdrawn or relabeled due to serious or lethal effects in humans. For example, in 1999, the FDA approved Vioxx, an arthritis drug, because it was tested safe in the animal studies. However, in 2004, it was recalled from the market because it caused heart attacks that killed over 60,000 people in the United States. This is why we need to stop experimenting on animals. Why use animal testing, which doesn't really work on humans, when you can use alternatives without killing innocent lives? An effective way to reduce the number of animals used in experiments is to instead use microdosing. This method involves giving human volunteers small doses of drugs high enough to cause cellular effects that won't affect the entire body. In vitro, which means test tube or in glass, is another testing method used as a substitute for the use of animals. It is used for testing new chemicals and products on human skin. Harvard's Wyss Institute created organs on chips that contain human cells to mimic the structure and function of human organs. This chip can be used instead of animals in disease research, drug testing, and toxicity testing, and have been shown to be more accurate than animal experiments. For example, Epiderm, an in vitro test that used cultured human skin cells, was more accurate in identifying chemical skin irritants than animal tests. Epiderm correctly detected all of the test chemicals that irritate human skins, while tests on rabbit misclassified 10 out of 25 test chemicals, a 40% error rate. What scientists put animals through would never be done to a human. Animals have the right to live just as much as we do. Do you think it should still happen? Is it still necessary? Everyone knows that cruelty and abuse towards animals are wrong, but what difference is animal testing? Thank you.